Hey guys, this is mattwandcow, here with episode 21 of Mad Matt's video blog. Not sure exactly what I'm talking about today, except that, if you guys could see all of my little Google Docs things, you would see all of the incredible little tools I'm using to keep track of how far behind in NaNoWriMo I am. My average word count per day is about 800, just about 800. I'll go and do a couple more words and it'll actually end up being about 800, and that's not good. I'm supposed to be writing 1,600-ish words a day, almost 1,700 words a day, and so that puts me pretty far behind. Currently, I'm probably not going to be able to get my Kindle until like December, but I'm going to write and rise above it, and you guys can't see me at all, so I'm going to show you how I do lighting. I take my lamp and I bring it here where it lays on my desk, and then I turn off the one closest to my face, and maybe the one second closest to my face. And that's not quite enough lighting, so we'll try turning this one back on. That's still not enough, so I'm going to swap them. And normally, I play with all this lighting before, the camera turns on, but today, you guys get to see an insight into the magic. It's probably as good as we're going to get. I suppose I could put my hand like here, and that could do it, or I really don't have anything to block stuff with. Yeah, it'll work. So, yeah, that's totally what I do. And normally it happens before, and that's all I do for lighting. If you've got any suggestions on things I can do for lighting, let me know, and I'll write them down and maybe to put them into practice. Speaking of writing, pencil. It's hard looking at it and thinking, what do I want to add on there? There we go. A little bit more detail in the face. I'm gonna have to try and find a way to scan all this online, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find something to do with it. If you have any ideas, let me know. So that's that. Anyway, today was kind of a busy day at work. It wasn't supposed to be. Mondays are supposed to be the weekend people. Me now, actually. We keep on track and we get enough cars clean so that on Monday we just pretty much have to move them. Today, yeah, it didn't happen like that. And I'm totally spacing right now because I remembered what I wanted to do for a video in the middle of a video. So, I think I'm going to talk in slow motion for a second. But then I'm going to speed back up and move on to the next part of the video. So anyway, cars, work got very busy because suddenly we needed a bunch of SUVs and we didn't have any SUVs, and so we had to kind of make stuff up and do a bunch of stuff really fast, and that was kind of annoying, but what can we do? Anyway, now on to what I actually wanted to talk about today. Hey Derek, it's Matt. Today, this being the first Monday of the month, I'm going to bring you the D&D report. For everyone else who doesn't know, our D&D group, since I've joined it, has pretty much just lost people very recently, but for the most part it's been fairly steady for about the last year. And now people are moving away, and one of those is my friend Derek, who moved away to Seattle. And since the D&D group has continued, I'm going to give a quick update, because he left in the middle of a campaign, and I'm going to tell everyone how that campaign went and what we're doing at the moment. So, and I hope to do this every month, because that gives me something that I can actually do. So, hey, it's Matt, and this is your D&D update. When the last time you left our heroes, you were playing Sir Tuttles, the obese necromancer in Adam's fairly stupid campaign. The campaign really only got worse from then on. I believe you only had one actual day with us where we managed to throw a rogue over a picket fence onto a ghost, which I thought was pretty cool. So anyway, after that, we pretty much went to a town where we got almost beaten up, and then we went back to that graveyard, the exact same graveyard, where this time we could actually get into the mausoleum, where we had spent a long time before trying to get in. And hey look, it's a lick, or a lickess, or whatever you would call it. A female lick. I think she might have been Eldrin. Whatever. We attacked her, and we beat her up, and she went away. And my crazy character found a pin of with a dragon's emblem on it. And I'm like, aha! Dragons! To town! And so I went charging off to town, where everyone else like took an extended rest, and then you got horses, and so ended up like waking up the exact same, or getting to town at the exact same time that I woke up after running to town. And then we went through and found, I went gallivanting off wherever. Everyone else eventually found the place where things were going to happen, and they found a guy with a shop that had a secret room in the back where a secret organization met, I suppose. And I managed to talk Adam into let me taking a sending stone, which for you non-D&D people is a special stone, which pretty much is a walkie-talkie in D&D, to modify a sending stone to make it a listening device to let you plant it in the room where we could listen in. So we managed to listen into all of their conversation, and then it ended, and we broke into the room, and they were gone. And then they went downstairs from their secret, magically protected room to a basement where they apparently fought with swords and stuff, and it was kind of stupid. And we fought them and beat them up pretty bad. And Kniggets don't work extremely well when you also have a regular fighter who marks people in the party, because his marks supersede my stuff, which makes me entirely useless. So yeah, that sucked. And then from there we went to a castle on the other side of the world or something, where everyone else was like, I'm tired, but I'm like, I've got extreme endurance, charge! And so I sprinted and I found this keep, and because Adam described the gate poorly, I'm like, aha, it's a gate that opens with hinges like this, I'm going to charge at it. And so I kept charging at it, running pell-mell into it, until I apparently fell unconscious, because apparently it wasn't actually a gate, it was a portcullis that opens like this. And so the portcullis had a gigantic dent in it where I was able to score a couple of very nice crits, but it wasn't enough to do it because he didn't tell me it was a portcullis. Otherwise, my approach would have been entirely different. Possibly something to do with knocking over a tree that would have been long enough to get into the place. But then we're there, and we get attacked, and then we go to this evil forest where, it's like in the Shadowfell or something, where we get attacked at this castle by the Lick person again, who, just really, that encounter, because we're level 4, and so Paul pretty much had nothing to do in that final battle, because she, sprung a surprise round on him. So we just kind of sat around, he rolled up the next 8 of his attacks, handed the paper, and then went upstairs and, did dishes or something. So yeah, the last combat was pretty bad. So that was that in campaign. Now we are on Paul's campaign, where I started as a little halfling, and we assembled a group of fairly evil people, wandered down, found this dwarven cave where we were attacked by the undead. My halfling character died an extremely horrible death, and it turns out that he was actually a throwaway character, that I was a DMPC, and now I'm this undead skeleton guy, and we are going to start an army of undeadness that is going to spread across the land, sharing actually the benefits of utopia, which is, a special form of undead that has nothing really to do with good or evil. So that's what we're doing right now. If you have any questions, tell me below, and that's not just for Derek, that's for anybody. So yeah, I think that's it for me. It was supposed to be a little bit more scripted than suddenly random saying stuff, but, whatever. Oh, Derek, another thing. Marissa apparently doesn't game with us anymore. She just, I think, left. Yeah, I don't know what's quite going on with that. I think there's a boyfriend in the picture or something. But she doesn't play with us anymore, so our group's pretty small. So when Adam and Alicia don't show up one night, we're down 40% of our group, and we can't do anything, and that's really annoying. So anyway, that's all the news there is from our D&D group here in Minot, North Dakota. If you'd be interested in doing anything like a D&D, if you go to my channel page, I've got a playlist list entitled Play by Post, and it's a special role-playing game thingy that I'm arranging, trying to do by the internets. So if you're interested in that, I'm about to actually go and record another video for one of those right now, but I think that is everything, because I penciled and I talked and I looked up and down and around, and I went, for a while. So I think that's everything for me. So this is Matt Wandcow at the 10-minute mark saying, see you next time.